Now, as I'm sure you guys already know by this point, the DC FanDome event was fucking incredible. I mean, the surprise reveals, updates, those cool trailers.
Stop. My penis can only get so erect.
We even got updates on things that I honestly kind of stopped expecting to see anything for in my lifetime, like the DCEU Flash movie. I know that sounds bad, but after seeing it get pushed back so many times, can you blame me? But on the plus side, when director Andy Muschietti came through with a bunch of interesting details about the movie during the Flash panel, including revealing a few pieces of concept art featuring Barry's new Flash suit, oh, you better believe I got way beyond hyped. Seriously, look at it, it's gorgeous! Not that the old one didn't have its charm, but come on, from the looks of this concept art, this new suit was definitely the way to go for the DCEU Flash. Speaking of, one of the things I, and I'm sure most of you guys, noticed almost immediately was that this suit kinda looks like the CW's take on the Flash suit, just with a noticeably way higher budget thrown at it. The lightning logo on the chest is red now, replacing the more traditional white one DCEU Barry had in his earlier appearances. The costume overall is a lot sleeker and more compact, similar to the suit CW Barry wears in Season 6, and there's a noticeable lack of the Scarlet Speedster's traditional gold boots, again similar to Grant Gustin's Barry. All of this is stuff this version of Barry Allen would have picked up on when he met his Arrowverse counterpart during last year's Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, but I'll talk about that more in a bit. The lights lining the suit are new though. We didn't really get much detail about what all these were or why they're there, so it's not super clear why Barry had them added on, but they are pretty reminiscent of the lining we got in the New 52 version of Barry's costume. Who knows? Maybe these function the same way, lighting up when Barry runs or charges up his Speed Force energy. Either way, this new suit is so great looking, I really can't wait to see it in action sometime soonish. Honestly though, what's even cooler than the suit itself is who was confirmed to have made it. But before I get into all that though, I just want to give a quick shout out to this video's sponsor, Epic Games. Alright, listen up S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. The next chapter of Fortnite Season 4, Nexus War, just dropped on Thursday, and it looks like the world devourer Galactus just set his sights on this planet. I know you Fortnite players should already be used to some pretty high stakes, but for a cosmic level threat like this, you're gonna need to partner up with someone with experience. We know Sif's sending in some of the universe's greatest heroes and villains, like Iron Man, She-Hulk, Wolverine, Storm, Groot, Doctor Doom, Mystique, so the sooner you get in contact with them, the better. Our intel also suggests Galactus plans to build his siphoning machines on both the islands and the all-new locations the heroes and villains brought with them, like Doom's Domain and the Sentinel Graveyard, so be sure to look for any signs of Galactus or the Silver Surfer while you're on patrol. And because any new threat demands better firepower, you should also keep an eye out for all new items to power yourself up with, like Dr. Doom's Arcane Gauntlets, Groot's Bramble Shield, and Silver Surfer's Board, with even more arriving later in the season. I know Galactus may be powerful, but with all the new content, items, and skins being thrown into the mix, you should be able to really hit him where it hurts. When you're ready to start saving the world, use my link in the description down below to download Fortnite for free and get to work, Agent. Agent Comics, over and out. See, while he was generally describing the suit as it showed up in this concept art, Muschietti mentioned this little tidbit. As you can see, it's more organic. You can see light embedded in it. It has been built by his friend Bruce Wayne this time. That's right, Batman himself is designing Barry's new suit. Hey, wait a minute. Veteran genius hero making a high-tech suit for a younger rookie? Yeah, I'm calling it now. There's gonna be a part when Barry does something stupid like fuck the timeline, and Bruce has to take the new suit away till Barry earns it or whatever.
Let's have it. You don't understand. The thing is, this is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it.
Seriously though, now I'm just wondering which Bruce Muschietti was talking about here. Remember, we're getting Keaton and Affleck in this thing. Both of them are clearly geniuses, so I guess either one of them could have made this new suit. But considering how Muschietti said Barry's friend is responsible for these slick new duds, I'm guessing Batfleck's the one responsible. Earlier interviews already mentioned that he's what this Barry would consider the original Batman, so who else would he turn to? Having said that though, I will say that since we don't really have confirmation yet, it's possible that Michael Keaton's Caped Crusader could have made the new suit. I mean, the whole Barry's friend thing was said when this concept art popped up on screen, and considering how this version of Batman was said to have a substantial role in the story, I guess it makes sense that Barry would try to befriend another version of Bruce, as much as he could anyway, and see if he could milk a suit out of him. Plus, having Keaton make Barry's new suit this way could be the movie's version of the Thomas Wayne experiment seen straight out of the original Flashpoint storyline. After Barry woke up in the Flashpoint timeline sans powers, he managed to track down that reality's Batman, Thomas Wayne, and tried to show him his Flash suit before the two of them got to work on getting Barry his powers back. Since we know the movie's based on that storyline, it's possible that DCEU Barry does something stupid and accidentally gets stuck in Tim Burton's version of Gotham, forcing him to track down Keaton's Batman looking for a way home, and getting this new suit thrown in for free because he either doesn't have one when he shows up in this universe, or his old one gets destroyed for some reason, or whatever. On the flip side though, considering how that Flash of Two Worlds scene from the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover is definitely going to have a strong effect on this movie, wouldn't it make more sense for Barry to go to his Bruce and get this new suit way before everything goes down? I mean, personally, I think Barry's going to get his new suit somewhere towards the start of the movie. Like either we start off seeing, or at least get references to, DCEU Barry meeting TV Barry, then popping back out of the Speed Force, and he's all like, "Oh hey Bruce, I just made a new friend, can you hook me up with a suit just like his or whatever?" Don't believe me? Well then why did Peter Roth, the chairman of Warner Brothers Television, personally ask for Ezra Miller to be in the crossover? Why was this one scene shot with a more cinematic look and aspect ratio, even though literally every other Speed Force scene in the Arrowverse was shot exactly the same as every other shot in this show? And more importantly, what's up with Mark Guggenheim during an interview with Entertainment Weekly mentioning, "The trick with this scene is that I didn't want to, and they didn't want me to do anything that stepped on the toes of the Flashpoint movie that they're developing."
Why?
I mean seriously, what does it matter if the scene isn't directly involved with the movie? They could have just as easily said this scene takes place some vague amount of time between Justice League and the Flash movie, then never mention it again. So the fact that they're jumping through all these hoops would mean that this scene is tied super close to the movie, right? And to top it all off, we also literally just got confirmation by Jim Lee that CW's Barry had a huge impact on DCEU canon thanks to the scene, stating, "Ezra's Flash was never named The Flash in the movies. He got his name from meeting Grant. That's so cool to have that introduction into the canon." You hear that? DCEU Barry got his fucking superhero name from an alternate version of himself. If he can get that from this scene, who's to say he wouldn't pull inspiration for a few other things immediately after heading back home? Like notes for a new costume, or even the idea to start traveling the multiverse for whatever reason. We know he finds out he can do it while he's still in the old suit. So maybe he goes to Affleck Bruce immediately afterwards to get the new one before heading out and trying again. Either way, regardless of when Barry gets this suit or who builds it for him, I think we can all agree that it's a pretty badass piece of equipment. And I definitely can't wait to see it in action when the Flash movie, hopefully, comes out in just a couple more years. But anyways guys, that's my take on why Barry's got a brand new suit in his upcoming DCEU solo movie. If you guys agreed with anything I said in this video, or if you have your own thoughts you want to throw out there, then go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, then go ahead and click that like button, and if you're new, maybe consider clicking that subscribe button too. I've also got links to my Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Patreon in the description. You should probably check those out too. And if you want to see more of my content, then you can click the link to my last video. It's right there in the middle of your screen. Alright, and I will see you all next time.